Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that's your time. Welcome. 2 minutes to countdown, baby. We're going to rock this. I got so much to talk about, so much interesting things that I just did in the last couple of days. And I always find something fun to do inside crypto. I bought a couple new coins. I've added to my portfolio in the last week. While everybody's bugging out, I always find opportunity. I'm telling you right now, there's opportunity right below our noses. We just have to pay attention. I can't wait to be live. Let's get it. Wow, we did it. What an amazing beatdown the last couple of days for Bitcoin. But you know what? I found opportunity. There were some strong coins that really showed that they had strength when the whole market was dipping, and kind of was obvious what to invest in, wasn't it? Let's put some lemon into the water here and get ready. But I mean, there was a lot of coins that were on sale right now. Render, hot coin. You know what I mean? Fetch, hot coin. AGIX. Putting more lemon into the water here. Let's get hydrated. Let's get the pineal gland activated here. Let's drink that alkalinity. It's going to turn to alkaline inside your body. Look it up. That's why I do the lemon water. It's for the alkalinity. It does a lot for you. I also have not eaten all day. I always, I start my morning 6, 7 in the morning. I work out. I do all my things. I do not eat until about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's an intermittent fast that I do every single day. Stopped eating around 8 o'clock last night, 7 o'clock even. And, give you a nice, that's a nice, I don't know, if you go, that's 12, 16. It's like almost an 18-hour fast. Get yourself, and I just keep reviving. Everyone says, how do you have so much energy? Why do you always keep it going? I'm telling you, I believe this is my regimen, but you do whatever makes you happy. Let's drink the lemon water. Let's get it in, and let's break down Bitcoin and have some fun. Ooh, tasty. Let's get that music back up and running. I'm going to start back with that Winded track by Jones Meadow. I just really like this song. Keeps it moving. Gives you that good upbeat feeling in the morning when you got to rip through those markets. Shout out to everybody here. 65,000, Bitcoin pretty flat. If you know it's Juneteenth, moment of silence for Juneteenth. And a special day in history. And, the stock market is closed today, which is a federal holiday, which is going to add things a little slower to the potty here. So shout out to Lifer Adam in the house. I started to stop eating around 6 or 7 and break fast at noon. Amen. I'm telling you right now, I have the most energy of a lot of people I know. I'm always pushing it, pumping it, letting it rock. And what's the word? How you feeling? The only problem is I have too much energy. Sometimes I need to know how to direct that energy in the best way possible. Blew out the lower back squatting this morning. Now in bed watching the master trader work his craft. Damn, man. Squatted too hard and then blew out your back. Well, I hope you recover fast and get it in. God bless you. Let's take a look at what's happening to Bitcoin on the day at 65,050. I saw this kind of head and shoulder pattern right now, right off the bat. And it looks like we could make a move further to the downside here for Bitcoin. The 7-minute was losing the 200 MA. But we were playing with it, and I knew we'd have lack of volume. No fault. Like normally we'd either dump or we'd bump. Something would have happened by now. We've been pretty much sideways in this range. The low of the range has been 65. The high of the range has been 65.6, and we've just been kind of doing this. See, we went up, we kind of came down, we went up. Anyway, we're going to talk about all of this. We're going to have some fun with it. We're going to break it down. We're going to do something interesting too today for Bitcoin. We're going to look at some bigger time frames we haven't looked at in a while. We're going to ask ourselves some serious questions, and we're going to have some fun. All right. First thing we're going to look at is the 12-month chart for BTC. We're going to go way, way out for Bitcoin. And that's beginning what I say is 3 white soldiers, right? When you have 1, 2, and then your third candle in a row. So if you look at Bitcoin and you held Bitcoin for 2 years, you've just been on a massive run. If you've held Bitcoin for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, since about $3,000, you are in a massive uptrend. This is my life. If you've been Sammy, you got into Bitcoin around here, and now you're here. And you've been going through the ups and downs, but you won in the last 5 to 7, let's say June 2019, which I don't even believe that. We opened at 37 and we closed it at 70. At 7,000, that was all we did. We went up 4,000 in 2019. What a tough year. 2018, we took the beat down. We opened at 13. We would close at 3,700. We would go down $10,000 that year. But if you look at my life in cryptocurrency, it's been all, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green years and just 2 tough ones. You see? And I wasn't even there. Yeah, and I started here really. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So look, it's been 2 tough years, man. Everyone acts like it's the worst market in the world. It's pretty sweet if you think about it, right? Fine, this was tough, giving it all back and coming back up again, but that's what happens for BTC, all right? All right. So, bullish engulfing candles around. So no one really talks about this, and we have beautiful support at 47,000. Probably never likely going to go lower than that ever again, but you never know. Like we never went lower than this ever again. And that would be this. These 2 highs would be these 2 highs right here. You see, we revisited, but we would never, So do we pump up and do we ever come back down to 50K? Does 50K become the bottom of the next rally? So look at the smile on his face. Shout out to Master Friend in the house, man. We are back, baby. Shout out to Master Friend in the house. And you know what? This is the Master Friend show. And shout out to Master Friend, man. If you want to learn how to master London, Asia, maybe you trade around the world, maybe you don't like to sleep. Now, I'm just messing around, but if you really want to get in to trading leverage on another level, maybe you want to get funded. Maybe you heard about funding and you think it's cool. Check it out, man. Hit the QR code in the link here and hang out. We have another kind of extra school inside of the school, which my buddy runs, my man, Master Friend. So check it out. QR code, and there is the link below if you want to jump on in or just find out. Ask people in the trading group what they're doing. What does the purple team mean, and what's happening with my man Master Friend? All right. It is what it is, and that is it is, man. It is what it is, man. One love, man. Got my limit order set at 4K for Bitcoin. Not financial advice. Shout out to Soul Belgas. You might as well just go put that money Anyway, I'm not a financial advisor. Do whatever you want with that money. Alwolf, as you said on the last TA, it tested 57 and then went up. Dermish, you keep telling me that everything I say is spot on, man, so you make me feel good. So God bless you, brother. Thank you for coming on into the live and just being awesome and supporting the lifer. Got some link at 13 on iTrust, my man. And let's talk about it. See, he's getting into his iTrust Capital account, getting into that long-term investing where you could take that money out at 59 years old, but hold it tax-free and build wealth all these years. The cool thing is, it's about maximizing potential and wealth. You know what I'm saying? And doing what you got to do. Funny. So check a look, Bitcoin. Yo, I never saw that your DM, man, because I'm like so focused at 1010. You know what I mean? I'm never like, SE, we so spot on, man. I love you, my friend. So, anyway, you can buy and sell cryptocurrency inside of this account and not pay those short-term capital gains. You see? Just pay them what it came out at the end of it all when you're going to take it out for retirement. The key is, what if you have a big job right now and you're making tons of money? This is the benefit of an IRA. You have a good job, you're making good money, you're feeding it to the IRA. Now, if you were to make these gains that year, what if you're in a high tax bracket? Let's just say taxes will be higher. What if you end up in a lower tax bracket when you're 59 years old and then you need this money to take it out? Pay less taxes, anyway, talk to your CPA, find out reasons, but there's some awesome benefits to iTrust Capital. You can buy and sell cryptocurrency, gold and silver in your IRA. They do sponsor the channel, but even if they didn't, I think they're a spot-on, amazing company. I'm really happy we were able to make the marriage because I don't even want to talk about companies that I don't respect, love, and have faith and trust in. So shout out to iTrust Capital, that I trust. You know what I mean? Buy and sell cryptocurrency with your IRA today. Check them out. At least look the QR code and hit the link. You'll find out more about iTrust Capital. So the 12-month chart, we're going to go down into the 6-month chart. This is fun. And what I call these are half a cup of handles. This is like a little thing that I do. It's a half a cup of handle, right? You'll learn it if you hang out with me. Known pattern that I use. And you go wick to wick to give you the move. Kind of crazy, though, that we are hitting kind of headed up to a target there, about $88,000 for Bitcoin on the 6-month chart. But again, 3 white soldiers. Very bullish pattern for BTC. Very, very bullish. Notice no indicators because they can't, we don't have anything there at that time period, 3-month chart, we start to build some type of inclination. That's actually somewhat bearish. Like, we'd like to see this close. We have 11 days and 10 hours. That would be a bearish close in the 3-month chart. I will have to tell you that. So that's something we have to watch. That 3-month chart would not be a good close. It would be it still is a bullish hammer technically, but it would be tweezer tops with a rejection. Amazing if somehow we closed above 72 in the next 11 days and the 3-month candle went green. Amazing. No, I just think it's awesome that we nailed it. Like, I was just thinking about you. You're on my mind, bro. So look, we got above this area here too. It's 61,425. All right. And that level is amazing. So 2-month resistance becomes support here. So like, I'm cool. That's actually really strong. I haven't looked at that. So if we can stay above 61.4, we're good to go. Like, that's, if we lose 61.4, the 2 month says you test 57 and then, and then it's the 46,000 if you can't hold those key levels, right? And then to the monthly, which to me is a little overbought, right? Slap on the moving averages now, a little far away for the 21. Like, could the monthly, would we look at Bitcoin like something like this? Or we could even look like this. This would be really cool if the monthly makes a bull trend up. So here's my twisted sister for you, Worst case scenario, we trend down and test 46,000. All right. Absolute, in my humble opinion, worst case scenario, right? We pull a fib here. That is the golden pocket of the monthly. You'd hit the 21-day moving average. The stochastics would reset, right? Everyone would say the bull market was over, right? And then we'd have an insane cup and handle for Bitcoin on the monthly chart, right? That could just absolutely moon us to the cycle high of $119,000 somewhere by March of 2026. You know what I mean? This may take a lot longer than you realize to get there. I'm not saying this is guaranteed, but a lot of times, look, this is how price action has played out somewhat. If you do get a pullback to 46, it's only giving you a bigger move to the upside, you see? I'm not saying we're going there. I don't want to freak everybody out. I'm so open-minded that I can handle certain things that I think most people are just like this has never been revealed. No one's seen this before, right? I mean, you also have a bearish divergence. This swings up while this swings down. You know, we play this all the time as a bearish move, right? Like we've seen this on altcoins. Does it mean we're going to do that? You never know. I'm not saying it's interesting to see that that's something that my system plays out, and it's kind of staring at me, you know? It's staring at me. Yeah. Scotty, it's a trap. Shout out to Brett 2 cents. Last daily close is horrible for most crypto. Crash incoming. Wifer and I both have iTrust Capital accounts. Very happy. Shout out to Ray Psalm Records. Thank you. God bless you, man. And so this could be the move here. And that's why long-term Bitcoin holding and iTrust Capital is a good idea too, because, man, I'm in the long term when it comes to Bitcoin. When I grab a Bitcoin, it's for my kids. Like, you know, I pray I never have to touch it. I may skim off the top for, like, you know, maybe a real estate investment, something I'm going to hold long term. But even then, it's questionable. It's whenever I see someone say, "Oh, I sold some Bitcoin for a house," I'm always like, I don't know, man. You know, unless it's the top, that you're really close to the top of the cycle where you feel like you can get it back. You know, it depends. It really depends. Anyway, so Bitcoin, I'm not saying this is guaranteed, but it is the monthly. Anyway, the monthly could flip up, but the monthly is overbought. We have some bearish divergence. I'm just, you know, showing some topping signs here on the monthly chart. Am I wrong? I'm just being honest. Great thing about the monthly is if that is resistance at 60,000, that candle's above it, as long as we don't close monthly candles above it. So like I said, we may make an upward trending flag here on the monthly, and we may just range up to 76, back to 69, 78, you know. The low, it really mean the low would start being like 68, then 69, and eventually like 70, 78, 80,000, and then we would break out of this on some massive, like, just insanity. This brings it a little sharper, but it still says, like, that says October of 2025, you know, 126,000. I mean, this starts to make more sense to me. Think about it. We had our leg up. We're going to have some consolidation and a leg up. And I'm telling you, when you see that next leg up, like, that's, at the time, you're going to feel like it's not time to sell. But at the same time here, it wasn't that time to sell, right? This is likely what's going to happen for Bitcoin. It doesn't have tons of liquidity. It's a big asset. It's now like trillions of dollars. It takes trillions of dollars to double now. You get it? It's not going to be that easy to get to 120,000. People act like you snap your fingers, Bitcoin goes to 20,000. I mean 120,000. But, like, let's look at the market cap for Bitcoin now, and let's be honest with ourselves and look at the M1, the M2, M1 money supply. Talk about money in the world. I mean, 1.2 trillion market cap. Now I get it. It can get to 8 trillion. It can 8x, but this cycle, you know, how much market share could it take from gold? Could it 5x to $6 trillion and go to 300,000? I don't know. I think it's a bit much. You know, where are we going to get $5 trillion in the next, you know? They are printing a lot. I'll give you that. And printing a lot could do something, you know, but I'll give it 4 trillion in this rally. It goes to 4 trillion, right? We get a 3x from here to 180,000. I mean, it's more likely it gets to that 3 trillion mark somewhere and it doubles to 120, 130, right? The key is not to sell all the BTC. That's the only way. It's like, I have Bitcoin, I got in early. I'll never sell, you know, I plan to never sell it. Use it as collateral at one point for real estate. That's my plan. Put it up for collateral in really good real estate areas and hope, you know, the real estate doesn't lose me the BTC. I'll take a risk though. You know, taking a risk my whole life. Going on YouTube is a risk. You don't know if the channel is going to make it or not. I mean, I believe you make your own reality though, so you don't take a risk when you're in control. You say, I'm going to make the channel succeed no matter what. There's going to be no way this channel doesn't succeed. It's going to succeed. People think that, you know, YouTube is like you throw your hat in the ring and it does or doesn't succeed. But you make it succeed. You're the one that makes it happen. You see what I'm saying? Some say 5 trillion end of the year. In some years, 3 trillion will be worth a lot less compared to today. Isn't that crazy? And less than we realize too, though, the amount of money that they're printing. Anyway, we're going to back out of this, but this is awesome. I haven't really taken a look at Bitcoin on this bigger time frame and really assess the situation for what it is, right? Landscaping business, and I have to invest in it for 5 years, only going up from here. Amen. I never sell my Bitcoin. One day I'll be able to pull equity against it. Amen. Growing my food is still the best asset. Amen. I agree with you. Only selling alts to buy more BTC. Amen. I like that. I have a financial guy that runs an AI company. Says yesterday he wants Bitcoin to fail only because he missed out early. So whack. What's wrong with Jasmine? Jasmine had a nice pump. And before everything else, so you think it's going to probably come down a little bit and have to reset it, you know? Nothing goes up forever, my man. So now we take a look at the weekly after we've had a pretty deep breath of what's happening. We've had that monthly support and resistance there, and then we know that 65.5 really must be, we must get back above 65,500. Can I get right on the zone there? Good enough for me. Oh, yeah, 478 is good enough for me. So here's the deal. It's harder to, you have to zoom in on the weekly and make it precise, you know. We get it. We know the level that matters. 65.5, right? So the weekly, as long as this, I mean, you have a high, you have a low. You do have a lower high, but you're not putting it a lower low. Unless you break this low and you go to back to 58,000, we're in a bullish uptrend on the weekly. You see? So you can still hit this and say, hey, that could, and it could almost be, I'll be honest, that's a bull pennant. Like, that's not even an ascending triangle. I'm not even going to call it a symmetrical triangle. To me, that's a bull pennant. Bull pennants break up 68% of the time, right? And that could be your move back to $104,000. I mean, you can't just keep going up. You had a nice 4 weeks. You got to get some elasticity, right? You got to get some pullback to send it back out, right? It's just like a slingshot. You can't go forward without getting that tension back up. That's how price action works. Look at that, the 777s. I love seeing those 777s. Look at them, they're always there. 777s, baby. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. This ain't your average YouTube channel. Let's get it pushed all the way to the upside. Bang, bang, bang. The interest is that Bitcoin only used 34% worldwide. What will happen at 20%? Amen. Fear and greed is finally going down. Right? Price is a rubber band. Yep. Wow, 64. I mean, to take 10 shots in a day, I mean, they must have like messed up this algorithm or something. I don't know what happened, but I like to see it back. It should be at 58, 48, and somewhere in the shaded region. To me, it's time to accumulate even BTC. Only rich dudes get into crypto and make stupid gains, control the market. You're watching one right now. Shout out to Nostalgic. I am so flattered that you would think that. This guy thinks I'm a rich guy. I got peanuts to these market makers, my man. I just play the role well. You know what I'm saying? I just look richer than I am. All right? Heck, when I was broke, people thought I had money, man. I wore a white t-shirt and people thought I had money. Hey. That's something, because my daddy taught me, man, to always keep my head up and always shine with a smile, bro. And always keep a good attitude. I went through tough times in life, but it's all about keeping a good attitude. So I like what I'm seeing here for the weekly. All right, let's get back into the 3-day chart now for Bitcoin. 3-day chart. And we're going to open this up. Open this up. And I feel so much better today, man. I was really, I was sick for one day, and then you have the day before where you're getting it. You don't know why you feel weird. The day after where you're really clearing out. And then today when you're just like, the final, interesting. So the 3-day chart, kind of in a bigger falling wedge that you would think would have to come back to the top of the wedge at least, right? And we are resetting on the stochastics. They say we could go lower, and it could be an M pattern. That's the thing. I mean, I'm open-minded. And I mean, there's a chance that we come and hit this little high volume node in this little chunk of change here, and we do hit 51.5. We're still not, I never consider that not possible, right? So anything is possible in trading, everybody. Always understand that. Always focus on that idea. I heard fear and greed addictive for Bitcoin only. Not sure if that's true, but that would make more sense. So that's why it's not moving much, maybe. It is mainly for Bitcoin, but it really runs the gambit of the market. Only the cusp with so many indicators that suggest healthy bounce, and the atmosphere is timidity. Yeah, I mean, there's no guarantees of a bounce too as well. All right. None at all. All right. Shout out to all my lovers of life out here. Where my lifers at, man? Funny, I don't post a link. People forget to show up, right? They're stuck in the group, but they don't have the education to keep the money. Here we're establishing the mindset. A lot more than charts on the screen on the stream. Amen. Yeah, you know, long-term wealth achievement is the goal, right? And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do here should be taken as financial advice, right? But for me, long-term wealth achievement is the goal. And I don't want to get rich quick. I want to get rich for sure. I love that saying, you know? I don't want to get rich quick. I want to get rich for sure. You know, I want to get rich, guaranteed rich. And that just, all you have to do is find something you love, work at it as hard as you can, and make sure you can work at something you love, because it doesn't feel as hard as work, but it does. I mean, work is work, but you'll be able to keep it up stronger and harder. You'll be able to do it at 110% every single day if you love it. If it's what you truly are passionate about, there'd be no reason why you can't hit that live button, hit that record button, and go bang on them, right? You know what I mean? And I want each and every one of you to accomplish your dreams. I want each and every one of you to do what you love. I want each and every one of you to feel the feeling of being like, you know what? I had a vision. I had this passion inside. I put those two and two together, and then with hard work and discipline, I achieved that goal. There's no better feeling in the world, I'm telling you right now. There's no better feeling in the world. You know, listening to Justin Mahler the other day, hearing him talk, and he was saying, you know, everybody has a story of being down and out. You know, and if your story was perfect with no bumps and valleys, no one wants to hear your story. No one wants to hear a flat story. You know, people want to hear a story with peaks and valleys, man. You know what I mean? Where were your lows and how did you turn them into your highs? So if you're down and out right now, if things aren't going well right now, if you're feeling you're in a rut right now, whether it's the trading, whether it's your portfolio, maybe it's just your job, maybe it's life, it might be way more than trading. Trading may just be one aspect of it all. For me, it was. Because if your life's already going bad and you're kind of not in control, and then you throw trading in there, it's just going to be another one of the things in your life that you lack control in. You know what I mean? So if you look around at your life and you're like, you know what? I really did mess that up. I had a problem with this. And then you're like, is it a coincidence that I also made a mistake in trading? And again, I was that person. And then I used to build these mental roadblocks, start talking to myself. Well, you messed that up. You pissed your sister off when you did this, you know. Your girlfriend just got mad at you because you did not keep your mouth shut. You know what I mean? Oh, and of course you messed up the trade because you're a complete clown, you know. And then negative self-talk starts to build. You start to isolate. You don't go out. That's what happened to me. And you start to kind of get into your head. You create this really, really bad mental space. And you can get depressed, man. And it can become a cycle that you can't get out of. And so I'm here to break people out of that cycle. I'm here to push you out every single day. I smile, I shine every day on this channel because I want to push someone out of that dark, deep depression hole they may be in right now. I swear that's the number one reason why I do what I do every day. I love the people that are happy, and I love the people that are grateful, and I'm vibing with each and every one of you. But there's days when I'm staring into this camera and I'm talking to my old self, was sitting in that room depressed and couldn't move. And if that's you out there, man, I'm talking to you, and I love you more than you would ever know. And we're going to meet one day, and you're going to get out of this rut, and you're going to find your way. I know you are because I did. And I can feel your pain because I know my pain, man. And my pain never left me. I just reorganized it and used it for a re-energetic movement of progression. But my pain never left. You know what I'm saying? I love you all. I appreciate you. Let's get back into the charts. But I just want to say the real reason I'm here is to put faith back in yourself so you feel like you are the best, man. All the people out here, you deserve to be loved, men and women, especially men out here that don't get to use the word love. No one loves them. No one talks about love. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to love yourself. You know, it's okay to cry. It's okay to find a way. You know what I'm saying? And I just want you to know that you're on your way to putting yourself on another level if you believe that you are. It's about your mindset. Once your mindset is set, nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can steal your mindset. They can try to push you back. They can put obstacles. They can do whatever they want, but they can't take away your mindset. Once your mind is set, once your mind is set, you're on your way. So set your mind. Say, I'm going to be financially free. Write down a number, put it under your pillow. Think about it every single day. Focus on it, manifest it, create it. You'll be there somehow, some way. I don't know how. But the universe will exit you, will meet you halfway, and you will put in the work. And you begin to change. Anyway, 3-day chart looking like we could go further down. And the level that we're watching here for Bitcoin is 60,000. And then obviously the bottom there at about 59, where these two candles close, about 60,400 for Bitcoin. All right. Shout out to all my beautiful people here on the live, and thank you for jumping on in. All right. And honestly, today is one of the most beautiful days to be alive. It really is. No reason to be down about cryptocurrency. He said, Sam said the exact same thing to me in October of 2022. And I joined the 99 and I am free. Look at that, man. He's free. Dude used to work a construction job and break down walls, man, when I met him. No lie, swear to God. He showed me pictures. I'm on the site again. Waking up early. But he was a genius, man. Was such an amazing mind. And I know a genius when I see one. And I know somebody that cares when I see one. And I know somebody with a good attitude when I see one. Just got access to your Discord. Can't wait to get started and learn from the best. Love your morning routine. I'm up at 6, 5K run, an hour in the gym, 2 hours my time. Wow. You're welcome anytime, Sam. Dude, that's so cool. But you live on the East Coast, right? Near Miami? Sir, why is God letting bad happen when God is in complete control? Because God's not in control. You are, my friend. Right now, I could insult somebody on this live stream and be rude, right? Think about it. Does that mean God, is that God's fault? Right now I can spread love. Is that God's fault? So, God gave us free will, my friend. That's the key. That's the one part of this whole entire equation that I don't think people fully realize. And when other people do other things, that's them using their free will. Sad to say, God does not control them, because God doesn't mess with free will. Amen. See, my man just said it. Right? There's no trial for the group. Just show up every single day. I teach you what you need to know to gain. And once you gain enough, you can join the group. Just keep coming to the live stream. We don't ask you for something we don't give you first, man. That's my motto. All right, let's take a look here. The 1 day is in a beautiful Sammy cup and heady. We've seen this play out many times. We got the inverted head and shoulder there. It came back to the neckline. We are retesting. You could say the trend line is somewhat holding there. I'm a little skeptical of that, but okay. And we are on a bit of a falling wedge now for Bitcoin. Falling wedges do break out 68% of the time. Can we get the move? We are on the daily. I would get the move, right? Swing low to swing low is an uptrend. Swing low to swing low is a downtrend. I would consider this a hidden bullish divergence. Tells me that the trend would continue to the upside. We would break these highs before we break this low. And, we have one last kind of rally call to a wick maybe to 63,000 on this high volume node that I would accept. After that, if we close a candle below that, we have to be coming to that 200 MA on the daily, which is unlikely when the moving averages are this tight. Whenever I've seen the moving averages this tight in an uptrend on the daily, as long as we don't break the previous low, we get a massive move to the upside. So we have tight moving averages. We haven't broke the previous low, tight moving averages here. We didn't break the previous low. We were gone. Same thing here. We had tight moving averages, but we didn't break the previous low. We pumped, So again, based on years of back study, but you never know. I'm open-minded to say, hey, that could all be out the window and anything could happen. Is the ATF also being traded today, or is it a holiday? No, that would be a holiday because anything in the banking, it's a banking system, anything in the regular markets. It's a good point about I Trust Capital. May not be able to access the ETF. What if there's a big dump today and you want to get into the ETF at a good price? You can't, right? You got to wait for it to resettle and maybe you don't get that price. But I Trust Capital, you always have access 24/7 to the price for Bitcoin. And that, to me, that's just a better long-term investment than an ETF. But you do whatever makes you happy. A lot of people don't want to deal, and again, you won't have to deal with a hard wallet too. They hold the coins and stuff. And they have redundancy. They're super regulated by the US government, like cleanest company you could deal with if you really want to get in to cryptocurrency on a more kind of somewhat a slightly hold your hand level. I Trust Capital is the place to be. If you're not there to the hardware wallet yet, you're not ready to hold crypto and all that, you feel more comfortable, then I Trust Capital is really the place to be to get that exposure but not have to feel that pressure. All right. $82,000 here for Bitcoin. All right. 82,252. All right. Key level. Low, high. Can we keep the high or low to the upside for BTC? The daily is starting to form what's called a hidden bullish divergence. Let's move on to the 4-hour time frame and see what's happening. And, it just looks like we're kind of just, I actually put it here. We're just playing more games. And I get this tighter in the zone. I can't let you go, Bitcoin. Up alone. Resistance. We broke out, faked it, resistance. And now, look, you can't get back above this little dip moment here in this high volume node is spot, and again, 65.5. Love you, Sam. Your attitude and driver admiral, much respect. Shout out to Cheryl Drew. You know what? I owe it to God. I really believe God provides me the ability to wake up every day, and then God wants me to say that it's God. And so God's like, if you keep telling everybody that I'm the best, then I'm going to keep helping you wake up and be the best. So me and God created this relationship. We shook hands. I said, I got you. You got me. And we got a bond going here, and it's been rolling ever since. So I don't touch what ain't, I don't fix, I don't need to fix what ain't broken. So I'm on some energy and I'm running with it. And honestly, I never had energy like that before. For years, it came and went, but not like this. Not on a daily basis, not on a 1,000-day run. And I believe the only human way that I could consent to the idea that I'm doing this is through God. Like somehow God has said, hey, I'm going to use you, bro, as a light. And I want you to be bright every day. Whether it's crypto, trading, whatever it is, I just want you to be happy. I want you to put people in a good mood. I want you to make them realize how special their lives are. Your mom's going to pass in front of you, but you're going to keep pushing. Your dad's going to die, but you're going to keep pushing. I'm going to teach you through this hard life, through the hard lessons. I'm going to teach you how to become a soldier. And amen, I'm here for you, man. So I lost everything I had this year, the closest things to me, and I was only here to just, each and every one of you was really here for me. So I'm here for you every day too. That's another relationship that I've created through this channel, through this live stream. I'm super grateful for all the support and love that I get on a daily basis. So much more than just the charts to me. Even though I thought it was all just the charts when it all started. But again, I equate that to God. I guess God was trying to show me there was a deeper meaning to life. And through anything you put your heart and soul into, you're going to get this extra gem. There's something of life that's going to come of it that you didn't know. You plan this, but you're going to get that. And if you're a true seeker of love, light, and happiness, you're going to find the gem because that's what you're looking for. You see? Once you've changed your mind to find what you need, you'll always find it. Your brain becomes attracted to what makes you feel good in a natural, positive sense, You're not chasing a drug, man. You're chasing your inner sense, your inner light, your essence. You're going after what makes you truly you, right? And when you do that, you feel complete. And if trading's that for you, if it's math, I don't know what it is, but for me, it's this charts, it's the way we look at the markets, it's the ups and downs. It's the fact that I don't have to work for someone ever again for the rest of my life. At 41 years old, I can look at my kids and say, I will be my own boss for the rest of my life, God willing, inshallah. And so, and I told people not to expect a lot of movement today. A lot of flat price action. Bitcoin's been trending in a flat zone for the last few hours. It's very unlikely today's going to be your day. All right. But you never know. I'm open-minded to believe that anything is possible. See, you can't believe some things are possible and other things aren't. You get it? Either everything is possible or nothing is, you know what I mean? Or you just, it's such a simple thing to say, but it really is really profound, because it means your mind has to be truly open to the fact that you're not a smart aleck. You don't know it all. You get it? And what you think may not be right. And you may have to challenge your original idea to find the truth. That's really what it means when I tell you, and when you say that to yourself, right? And when you say, I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, I don't know which way price is going to go. I'm going to look for clues and ideas to teach me the way, right? Opportunity is always in my favor. 111-777, amen. Shout out to Stack McChange. And that's why we met, baby. Because you're like me and I'm like you, and we look for opportunity together. And that's why the people that are on this stream are on this stream. Because you look for opportunity, and you found me. And you found someone that was always looking for opportunity, that never took a day off, that decided they were going to push to the limit. And you like that. That's who you are. That's who you aspire to be, or who you are right now. I was online at work being half the person and watching all, David Goggins and other people like, man, these guys are pushing it. And I said, I want to push it too. I want to add to that positivity in the world. I want to add to that motivational strength. I want to help others get to places they never thought possible. That's what I would like to do with my life. I'd like to dedicate myself to helping others make, get the education for financial freedom. And then once you're financially free, you're going to need the education to stay mentally and physically healthy, because you can get rich and then get fat. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. There's so much more. You want to be wealthy in the four aspects of life: your mind, your soul, your body, and your wallet. You want to have it all if you can in this life. But money is definitely one of the cornerstones, but it's not everything. Once you have the money, it takes away the worry of worrying about the money, which lets you push your mind to a higher consciousness. It's like it takes away the rat race mentality. Some people are able to erase that before they even get the money. It really is your mind that changes. The key to winning anything you do is not to compete, but to dominate. Study charts, candlesticks, and learn from Sam, Cup and Handy, and you'll dominate the markets. Just got off my night shift, and here I am. I will dominate. Shout out to Andy with the $30 super chat, man, dropping it hot. And he's showing down with that love, man. Look at my cup exploding. Thank you so much, Andy, for dropping some, balls in the jar, man. Throwing a tip in my cup. ONDO was calling me. How's it looking? If you have time, thank you. Shout out to Rave Song Records in the house. God bless Rave Song Records. Thank you for your love and support, man. I'm sweating on the treadmill. Watch my idol enlighten in this world with loving kindness. Amen. You just got to keep pushing every day, and you're going to hit it. You're going to hit it. All right, so here we are, falling wedge. Can this break further to the upside? You know what I mean? Do we get a resistance from this 200 SMA, or is this more of a kind of, see the shoulder, head, right shoulder to the dumb side? And so it's really up to this. Look at the 15-minute. See how it's very low and starting to, it's saying, hey, I'm oversold. I'm attempting a bounce here to the upside for Bitcoin. You got to see if it can breach. That cup and handle still somewhat in play. We go to the 7-minute time frame. And again, look, resistance from that 200 MA as we wick to it, but could not get back above it. And we had this kind of shoulder, head, right shoulder, sideways, sideways. This is almost an Adam and Eve. You see the Adam and Eve? Look, Adam and Eve's break down, right? The length of the base to the middle. And look at that, bang. Just crazy, right? The TA played out again, yet again. So it's really, can this little wedge here on the 7-minute break us out? Or is it going to break the length of the base and take a nice little right down to support at 64,380? But we have a lot of liquidity down there. All right. 64.2 heat map. That's free on YouTube. Use it. And instead, oh man. So take a look here, 64,000. If we look here, yeah, we got about 64,040. And that coincides with the idea. We do have Big Red stepping in. It wasn't at 66.5 before. So it's cool. We got something that we didn't have. But, not really the same. If we zoom in here and we look really closely, you can see 64,000 is where we have a lot of liquidity though for Bitcoin. All right. Okay, allowed to play with big sharks and shrimps mines. Yeah. Does the stockbroker trading pay off, Sam? I think doing a course would take a week. It's been moving all day trying to juke. Yeah. So I'm obviously more bearish right now. I wouldn't open a trade. See, here's your confirmation, and you still might not get it. But if you got above the 200 and the point of control, that would be an opening with a stop somewhere here for me to, attempt to get at least to here, 66,650. And then can we continue up to this next level here at 60? Yeah, no, sorry, at least to 65,600 and then to 66,650. Funny, that exact area, 66,500, where this chop begins right here, is where Big Red is hiding right here, right? But I'm more bearish right now. The 7-minute is now broken below the 200. And it attempted to get back above it, but could not. So that tells me there's more bearishness in the air for Bitcoin. All right. Put out a scalp yesterday for Bitcoin. We hit a nice gainer. Again, only made one trade yesterday, in and out. Called it a day. Scalp City on BTC, right? So this is where we stand. This falling wedge is going to dump us right back down to about 64,380. We are going to attempt a reversal here back for Bitcoin on what seems to be a higher low and defy this kind of shoulder head. It almost looks like the ugliest complex head and shoulder I've ever seen. Like shoulder, looks like a complex head and shoulder that wants to go down. So I'm seeing bearishness. At the same time, we're not getting fall through. The markets are closed today. It's a holiday, right? It's a federal holiday. People are off from work. Less people are watching YouTube. Less people are home watching their computers. All right. 64,920 for BTC. All right. All right, let's get into the total market cap and see where we stand for Bitcoin. Looked a ton on this 1 minute. I didn't put it out. I was just watching it. I like to just draw whatever a lot of times and look at price action. Ton is the strongest coin. Remember, it was just 513 not too long ago. Made a big move back up to 8. We called that move out this bigger flag that we had drawn the whole time. And now it's kind of like, well, we're either back inside the pattern or you can open up a bigger pattern like this. To me, it's like, either one is cool. I like this because, you kind of reinvigorate a new channel, though. But if I'm really key to this, it almost feels like we lost the bottom trend line on ton. It almost looks like you could make a shoulder. This could be a head, and do you make a right shoulder? Was there a lot of hype for this, and does it have to pull back more? It is one of the stronger coins compared to the rest of the market. I'm just open-minded to always assess the situation to make sure I'm not, huffing the paint, right? Drinking the Kool-Aid. You'll get so into your own thesis that you won't see the actual TA that's really staring at you. So this would have to really start to break out on a parabolic move, which of all coins, this coin could do it. If Bitcoin recovers, ton likely goes on a bit of a parabola because it says, it's already a hot coin. So it was already on its momentum. The only thing that was stopping it was the Bitcoin scare. People thinking maybe we're going to take a bigger tumble. So you had some people taking profits and waiting. If Bitcoin wasn't doing that, ton would just continue to roll. So the second bit, and I've seen this so many times, so I'm just telling you the narrative of what I've seen. And again, so, and there's a chance it kind of just, but it could make a right shoulder and dump out of this right, it could. I'd watch it closely, but to me, it's definitely something worth watching because if it gets back above that resistance, 750, and it uses some, these things as support, and it gets the tighter moving averages, there is a pretty good chance that this thing, and then we get a bounce, and we get even a slight bounce for Bitcoin. Ton will be the first coin to take some gains, in my humble opinion, to the upside. Again, it's risky at the present moment. You're still waiting on BTC, but I definitely would watch this idea for ton, keep this on the radar, and we already kind of can start to build a target. Like, 14 is probably going to be a good place to take some profit, because after 14, it's likely going to pull back again, somewhere back to 10 or something, right? But, I'm just looking out. If I had my last, 50, 100 to, $500, and I was looking for something in the market, and I wanted it to be at least the strongest or, the most likely, less likely to lose me money, Toncoin would be something I'm looking at because it's been so strong, right? So how I look at strong coins too isn't even that hard. Sometimes it's a lot less difficult than people realize. Just look at all the cryptos. Look what's up in the last 24 hours, which is Brett still banging on them, right? Up 17%. FET back up 17%. Singularity.net. So a lot of the coins that were hot that people wish they got, they jumped back in. Wow, Singularity down to 57 cents. I can't believe that. That's so sad. Anyway, Pendle, 4 point, and again, what's going to happen, you're going to have these things. Again, we had a drop right when ASI said they were going to push back the merger, which really slowed everything around. But Pendle's been super hot. Remember, Pendle was like when the last time we had a dump. Pendle was a coin I put out to the trading group, and it went back up to 7 quicker. It was the quicker move, right? BitTensor Tau at 300, right? Might make a jump to 330. I'm not saying they're going to be the biggest movers, and I'm not even saying we found the bottom. I'm just, when I swing trade, like I'm looking at Airweave, I'm looking at Phantom, right? ZK Sync that just had the rollout, so it's going to be a little different than everything else. It might act a little differently. It seemed to have bottomed from that sell-off at 20 cents. And so there's still opportunity in the market. ONDO back to 119. As long as ONDO doesn't break a buck, ONDO's a buy right now. To me, ONDO's, I already DCA'd into ONDO. We got in below the 80, and I talked about when to get in and why, and we went over it. And if you achieve that goal, you're still up in ONDO with me, regardless of what the market's doing right now, right? But yeah, you can kind of see, there's a little bit of a bounce happening here for some of these altcoins between 5, 10, and about 17%, all right? But wow, man, crazy to see Singularity at 57 cents. That to me is just like mind-boggling. And here we are with the chop. We didn't get that follow through on that smaller time frame head and shoulder pattern. And after all the bearishness, you would, even if you were just a probability guy, you'd be like, oh, we have to bounce. You'd have to say there's a bounce coming. But I don't do that. I go one step at a time. And like if the 7 breaks the 200 SMA, I open up a long, and we get above the point of control. That's a really good, I call it a duality confluence. A confluence of duality, like it's just double confluence, combined influence on the trade. That's something I really look for. If I get that tells me there's a good chance I'm going to win the trade. If I get low stochastics when it happens, even better. And if the 15-minute wants to push to the upside when that's happening on the 7, even better. Right? If the 4-hour looks like it flips, like I look from the bigger to the smaller. All those time frames matter to me. I kind of want to see what's happening in between. All right. Okay. Shout out to the chat, man. Super active in the chat. I love everybody out here. It's always moving. Did you forget about comp? Looks strong to me. Wow. Nike on Cardano popping off. Charles Pig is named Nike. Interesting. It's all over. The billionaires own the market, and their pump and dump scheme has ruined the whole affair. No matter how much they spend to try to save it, it's done. You're funny. We can't get above 65.7. My targets are 57 and 62. It's in panic mode according to the unknown patterns that a millionaire uses. Someone got to say, wow, you sound like you're like crying, man. Anyway, I love you, bro. I don't mean to. I know you support me, but maybe you're joking around. I think you're joking around. Right? God bless you for your time, Sam. Thank you, brother. I can see 50 to 53K incoming, but we already went down to 57,000, I already paid myself this year. I don't need to pay myself until the end of the year. Super smart, man. Like to hear that. Okay. Comp is like AMP. I don't know about that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say that. Sam the Legend, I love your stream. Thank you. Lifer Alpha, let's go. No problem, Sam. We all have our strategy and thoughts. I respect your view. Do not worry. I do not get offended easy. Hey, man, lifers. I just go over kind of what the charts say, man. I don't really try to like if you go over what I'm teaching and you back test it all, you'll see that it's really just kind of, I'm just giving you a culmination of data, right? And those probabilities are just really strong. I see years from now, people are just going to realize like I wasn't that smart. I was just a guy that was really good at reading information. Singularity in Oceans not getting a 1-on-1 token exchange in the new coin. 4 to 3, 1. That's why they were hit hard. Of the 3, only FET will be 1-to-1. It's so weird though that they got hit like that, Brett to $1. Shout out to my family, and I'm watching Daddy. I didn't get into Daddy yet, but it's something I'm looking to get into. Today at 11:15, we go over the 3 hot coins, and I'm going to talk about something that I added something to my portfolio. I'm not going to tell you what I added. That's going to be for my students and people in the trading group. But there's a couple coins I want to talk about, and I did add something else last night that I'm going to talk about. So I added a few coins in the last 3 days. Everyone in my trading group knows exactly what I added and what I bought. I'm going to share one of them on this live stream for you. Okay. And I'm also going to remind you of some things each day that I believe you kind of want to keep on your radar. All right. As we continue through this journey. First thing I'm going to remind you is there's billion-dollar crypto, currencies in the world that collapsed over time. $100 trillion in Zimbabwe in 2006. And fiat currency graveyard. Just, anytime you worry too much about your BTC purchases or cryptocurrency, remember what's happening to the money around the world and take a deep breath. All right. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the bigger picture. Hamster combat, definitely something we want to pay attention to and keep on the radar. It's gaining massive steam, whether some of it is bought, the action or not, right? Again, don't chase IO.net. If you did, you got hammered. Don't chase those highs. All right. You can see what's kind of trending for the day. ZK-Sync with that massive airdrop, putting it at about $803 million market cap. At one point, it was almost $1,940,000,000. It lost a little bit of movement. Now it's still above 20 though. Notcoin hovering back at that $0.015. Mazda got crushed. A lot of these coins just got absolutely crushed. Again, Tom, we went over it because it's hot. Alt Layer is one of my favorite coins. I like Alt Layer. Athena back down to that 62, and Athena could be a really big play. So to me, remember the last 2 times it went down, it bounced back very, very small, very, very strong. So, I don't own any Athena, but it just, my investor mind just kind of hones in on that and says, interesting, right? Starknet dropped all the way. Did it lose $1? Yes, it did. Funny, if you chase Starknet at that that airdrop time at $2, you'd be in the you should learn your lessons if any of you did that. I hope no one did, but we didn't in the trading group. But I'm just, Wormhole's an interesting coin that could play a big move in the market as we go forward, and it's on discount, right? And Solana on serious discount at 136. So and ONDO too, and Sui. So these are coins that I believe are going to do no. Sui's great, ONDO's great, Solana, right? Manta's a little more speculative, right? Non-playable Inu keeps coming up. I keep hearing about that too. These are recently listed coins. Land Wolf, which has been moving. We've been trading Wolf on and off in the trading group. All right. Anyway, we know what coins are hot. We go over coins every day. My mind flies with coins. When I'm asleep at night, I'm like, hamster combat, blur, Ether token. And I'm just I'm talking out my head while I'm sleeping at night, going over the charts, But that's the type of trading group you're going to be in if you hang out with the lifers, right? 7 minutes showing signs of life, like it may want to reverse here. I do like that hidden bullish divergence that we showed you. That could really get something going. And right now it's defying this kind of head and shoulder pattern. The confirmation is if it can get above the point of control and that 200 SMA, and then boom, you would likely skyrocket to 65.5. It's almost like you could just take advantage of this, just if I get in here and get out there and call it a day, it would be a nice little trade, right? I like the bounce we just got off of 64.8. Got rejected, came back down, bounced again. Now this falling wedge really wants to show that it can make a move to the upside here for Bitcoin. So what I do is I don't get into the trade, but I really like to build the trade out if I can. Start to kind of see it for what it is, right? Everybody, if you're trading around the world, you're doing what you got to do. You don't want to pay a lot of fees. Go to MEXC. Open up a MEXC account, zero spot maker, take your fee. Like they just started Ether, ATH, coin that just came out. Every coin that just drops, they have it before almost anybody else. So I'm just trying to tell you, like, if you're looking for a coin, but you're not into that whole MetaMask thing yet, you don't know how to use DeFi, and you're not there yet, man, MEXC is the place to be. It's going to have access to all these smaller coins. And like, it just, to me, I've never found an exchange that had more access in my life and has the least amount of fees. So check them out. Use the link in the description below. I greatly appreciate it. I do receive a commission if you do that. Shout out to anyone who uses MEXC around the world. God bless you all. And shout out to anyone that trades cryptocurrency, man. God bless you. 65,000 for Bitcoin. Can we break that yellow line? I'm telling you, I know you think I'm crazy, but once you break that yellow line, many a time, like that one, boom, we got to move there. And you can back test it too, like right there. Beautiful pump to the upside for gains. Right there, enough for at least some fireworks. This was lackluster, but that was at least a nice pump. That was okay. Got you something from 66.2 all the way to 66.4, but not enough. That was This one was just like the lovely one. Like it was just the gift that kept on giving, right? That one was pretty nice too, and that one was nice. But you can see they're all pretty, at least get you in the money. So I find I move my stop loss to break even pretty quick, and I either get paid or I get, and I like to do that 5 to 10 times. And if I just hit 3 to 4 of them, I'm going to be in the money, you know, over time. So anyway, but you do whatever makes you happy. This is a little strategy I found out. And as much as I can teach you, I'll teach you how to trade, I'll teach you the technicals, support of resistance. We'll look at the VRVP. The VRVP is huge. Not using the VRVP will really be detrimental to your trading style, in my humble opinion. That point of control, understanding where it is, how to use it, getting above it, in conjunction with the falling wedge and the moving averages, oh my gosh. You'll just be so spot on, it will be ridiculous, right? And you can use the fixed one, but I just use it. This one works the best for me. It makes the most sense. You know, everyone else is using the fixed one. I don't use the fixed one. I mean, you can use it. It basically gives you the same stuff. You'd go here and you'd grab fixed range, and you take the range. You want to know from this level to this level. So it's going to take all that range. And bang, look, you got, the same high volume node there, high volume node there. You got the gaps. See, there's a gap right there. 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 High volume nodes, they both meet. You can see you got it pretty spot on, right? Trucker Crypto, $70, man. Great to see you feeling better. You really dropped some spiritual gems today. I hope everyone appreciates you and tags along for the ride, because gratitude is the attitude. Much respect, man. Honestly, I don't even know what I was saying. I think I was channeled. I really believe I get channeled, man, by God, and I just let it go. I don't even know. Because I'm done saying it, and I'm like, what did I just say? But even I get inspired by my words. I'm like, that's inspirational, right? We're here to push a new generation of thought, a new group of people that want more in life, that believe that mediocrity is just not the way, Yeah, I mean, I like what we're seeing here. The daily's finally getting, I look for daily bullish div. I look for something that tells me, hidden bullish on the daily is pretty strong. Let's see how the candle's starting to form on the daily. We're fighting here, but we just turned green again. We were red. And thank you so much for the $70 super chat, just to speak your mind. $161 in chat revenue. You people are absolutely wonderful. My wife gets lunch today, so, otherwise I was going to have to cook her eggs. I tell her if the super chats aren't only $150, she doesn't get brunch. You know what I mean? So she gets brunch now. So she's going to be very happy with each and every one of you. I'm joking around in a way, but it's like, I do like to budget, sometimes I guess. But are you related to Bob Proctor? I'm not related to him, no. But I believe in him. And I listen to him many times alone at work, or, looking to find my way, needing guidance. My dad was amazing, but, he didn't have every single gift to give me every single tool that I needed. So I looked for men on YouTube, and some women too. There's some women on YouTube, just inspirational people. Tim Ferriss, my dad gave me the book, Tim Ferriss. My dad really started me on this track, because my dad gave me Tim Ferriss's book when I was young. Really young too. I must have been like 18 or something. I don't know when the book came out, The 4-Hour Work Week, right? But, I think it's why I started the night shift in a way, because the 4-hour work week made me realize like I shouldn't work like everybody else. And I got it in my head that I should never give somebody a 9 to 5. Like, and I was pissed that like and every time I fell into it, I was really pissed. So it was published in 2007. All right. So let's say 2010 was 14 years ago. I'm 41. I was 26. So I thought I read it a lot earlier than that, but I guess it didn't. I must have read it when I was like 24 or 25. But my dad put it in my hands, and I read it. So he developed the idea to present the 4-hour work week while working 14 hours at his sports nutrition supplement company, Brain Quicken. Frustrated by the overwork and lack of free time, he took a 3-week sabbatical to Europe. During that time, and continued to travel through Europe, Asia, and South America. He developed a streamlined system of checking email once per day and outsourcing small daily tasks to virtual assistants. His personal escape from a workaholic lifestyle was the genesis of the book. The format of the 4-hour work week took shape during a series of lectures Ferris delivered in high-tech entrepreneurship at Princeton University, his alma mater. The lectures and book describe Ferris's own experiences in company automation and lifestyle development, right? And so, like, you know, my dad handed me this book. And look, it even got the little palm trees like in Florida, you know? I always remember that. That book changed my life. Funny, I get teary-eyed because I think of my dad, you know? But, you know, there's my dad. He provided. And so, like, none of us would be here today on this live stream without that inspiration. Look at that nice little pump for Bitcoin. Can we get above the 200 SMA? Can we get my confirmation signal here now? Can we close the candle? We just got rejected by the point of control. I want to see that we don't. I want to see us close that candle. Let's take a look at any small time frame for some type of good information here. The 1 minute just got above the 200. Another one of my signals. All right. I use them in conjunction with each other. If they happen together, it's a really strong signal. It can be really nice. Okay. Let's jump on into the perpetual here and take a look at what's happening. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. I wish my dad was like yours. Amen. My dad was always reading and always telling me to read. And he was always giving me another book. Every day he was like, why didn't you read this book I gave you? His last 10, 20 years from like 45, literally when he was 48, he like found a new love for reading. And he began to go through, by the time he was 50, he was reading like a book every couple of days. His library was his favorite place, and he spent his last 20 years just, man, gaining so much knowledge. And anytime I come home with him, he would tell me about like whatever book he was reading, and you know, usually it was a lot of times he liked reading about old sailors, you know, English sailmen that went out to like the West Indies or lived in China. Like this guy had 2 wives, a wife in China and a wife in London. You know, the sailors, because they'd be away from their families for 8, 9 years at a time. They'd come back with riches and silks and a couple good runs, and they'd have enough for a lifetime. It's just crazy, man. Anyway, your dad wanted you to be like Cat Williams, man. Shout out to Jamal Antonio, bro. Sounds like me talking to my daughter. Kids do care to read these days. My daughter loves to read. Both my kids love to read. I've never let my kid have an iPad. Like once or twice, she's played with an iPad maybe 5 or 6 times in her life. The other day I went out to dinner, and I was at breakfast, and the family was there eating. They had a 4-year-old son, 5-year-old son, and like an 8 or 9-year-old daughter. They both had iPads in front of them at the table, at the breakfast table. I couldn't, and the dads were sitting there, and I was looking at that like, and again, thou shalt not judge. Like, I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else, but I was just like, it made me realize like how much better and my kids are going to be so much, like their brains are going to be so much better. Like, I would never allow that in a million years. Like, I just couldn't believe it. Just stick an iPad in front of him. Like he literally had his plate, and his plate almost couldn't, because like tables are only so big, and like the iPad's pretty big. Got this little kid, the iPad's bigger than his head, and it's also unsafe, I think. But anyway, need I digress? Like, I'm going on tangents today. So look, can you go on this kind of cup and handle here? And that's why you look for confirmation. You get back to that 7. The 7 didn't get the confirmation. It looks like it's bubbling up, though. I'll tell you that. And there's signs of a reversal brewing for sure. I mean, this is how it would begin. And this is what I call an emerging cup and handle. You see? It kind of is starting to do what it does, right? See, I'm a computer. I'm a subconscious mind, you know, kind of. What I mean is I'm just going to keep going over the charts in this weird data analytic way because that's all I don't see it like a normal, you know. So whatever whatever I'm saying, I'm listening to myself on the outside. Like I'm me and the emotional guy. And then I'm like the subconscious brain that I've trained. Right now, when I'm doing the live stream, that's just like the other brain. It's really, I don't know. I can't fully, it's kind of weird, but. So come to the 21, we could get the bounce here. Stochastics get low. You know, like that's the subconscious brain talking. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner is family time. No electronics. That's so sad to see. Amen. It actually made me a little sad. Like, I felt really bad for that family, you know. It's hard. I kept all that for my kids until they were 13, and the pressure from school and society to have that stuff is ridiculous. Yeah. Mind, body, here, coherence. Pick your battles. Sometimes electronic is the one, at least for my daughter. Rome, could you please analyze on high USDT? Looks like a dragon's belly. Can you check out stock Red Cat Holdings? My friend worked saying China banning more drones, and he asked my advice on the stock. I'm a lifer. First super chat ever. Thanks for everything you do. Red Cat Holdings. All right, hold on. Let me just get back here. Bitcoin getting the pumpage here to the upside. Low stochastic almost touched the 21. 7 minute now, about to get that confirmation. Do we front run this pump? Right? Didn't play out absolutely perfectly, but it's interesting. And this flag, you know, I like it to touch the 21. It didn't touch it, which is rare. But then you're going to get the 1 minute to break above the 200 again. Which I'll go to. Now, so I'll try this. I can go at this 10 times. I can lose it 6, 7. Pretty crazy. And I usually don't. I'm just saying, like, by the math, you can lose it a lot. And I keep my stop loss. It's going to be really, if I do enter the trade, which I have not. Before entering any trade, all right, number one, I have to see and know the trade and feel the trade and understand the trade. My mind has to take in the trade. The information has to be processed, right? 65,480, stop somewhere at about 64,995. And I'm all about that. See, why does it do that sometimes? That's weird. Huh. Must be the... So 65,480, 6-to-1 risk reward ratio, right? But it's weird how like I can barely get. That's just weird. Anyway. Oh yeah, well the stop loss is so small, so you're risking $39 for $700 if you take the trade. You see? Now we didn't get the confirmation. The key is if you hit this, if you lose this trade 10 times, you lose 390. You hit it one time, you're still up. It's kind of crazy. Like, I'm not saying, you know, that's why some people have horrible, but again, I don't do that. Like, I want to be more precise than that. But I'm just trying to show you, when I started using the 200 SMA, my life changed. Okay? My life changed. And again, I knew it for years, but before I would just kind of like, maybe I'd half pay attention, but I would just trade the flag. I just entered this flag regardless. I wouldn't really think, oh, you know, I wouldn't put the 200 on. You get it? I'd just be like, yeah, I'm hitting the 21. I got low stochastics. I'm going to move. But like now I'm really religious about what happens with this. You know, right now that's a resistance of the 21, of the 200. Yeah. I hope you're learning right now what I'm teaching you, because even if I never open up a trade today, this is like really good insight, because I'm showing you like, this is the things I never got. I had mentors and they showed me certain things, but I never watched them sit and think through a trade. I never watched them think like how they were about to maybe enter or exit a trade and kind of go over like, and then watch them say, you know what, I'm not doing it now. Or say, you know what, I am going to pull the trigger on this one. And then watch the outcome and be like, wow, like that's pretty gnarly, right? So now you can see we got this little, to me, it looks like some type of pump is coming, right? Now, again, now the entry would be even smaller. The stop would have to go lower, you see? But now you're front running the 200 MA, which is something I don't suggest. I've done it 1 out of every 10 or 15 times when it's really, really bullish. It is a Wednesday, but it's, you know, I'm still, you know, I am somewhat cautious due to the markets being closed today. That's always going to make me cautious, all right? All right, so why did I just buy about a half an Ethereum, which is almost $2,000, right, worth of a coin? And why am I maybe going to purchase more too? And why did I buy a little bit at the very beginning, months and months and months ago when I first brought it up? And what coin am I talking about? That's Andy on Blast.io, all right? Andy on Blast, he's sitting there doing his meditational move there, all right? I don't condone whatever. What else? I think that's a candy cane in his mouth, right? That's what it is. But who doesn't like pizza, right? Way to change the subject. Ad Blast Network, all right? Not hard to do. You click on this, all right? First, you get a MetaMask wallet. You click on this. You go scroll to the bottom. You go to the blastscan.io, all right? Hard to see here because I'm kind of on the screen, but it's going to be on your bottom left corner. Let me move my jaw. But see that bottom left corner there? You're just going to hit Add Blast to MetaMask at blastscan.io. Make sure you're going to the right sites, please. Don't play games with your life, all right? With your financial life, you know. You're funny as a week. You're going to make me laugh, dude. Don't do that. I'm still clearing out. I got this lung tea, though, from the farmer's market, and I got it like a week or two ago. I really believe it look, if I had front run that, I would have been slammed. We got resistance. We didn't break back above the 200. No love. And you could expect weird moments like that on days where the market's closed. You know, it's a sketchy day. I don't trust the market today. I told my students and people in the trading group I was likely not going to open a trade. I almost got enticed to it because my model was starting to shine there. Still is a bit of a cup and handle, but it could be just a more insane handle here. Again, we're on the small time frames right now, just watching price action together, taking it all in. It's the most entertaining thing I could find for the moment, besides me just sniffling and coughing, which I apologize. The slaves got rid of my man. When ham sandwich is lukewarm, you sell. Don't you know the signals? You're funny. If Bitcoin re-breaks and holds the 200 on the day on the 1 minute, you see it likely testing the 200 day on the 15. Only if it breaks the 7 minutes. See, then I'm going to wait for the 7 for confirmation. See, I learned that I used to just go whatever. Now I learn each time goes up or down, right? Yesterday was way worse. My altcoins are way higher than they were yesterday. They're bouncing back. You know what I mean? Bouncing back, man. So it could still behave like a handle just because we have a possible hidden bullish. See how that's swinging now, but that's swinging up. Still a little bit of hidden bullish, possibly calling my name here on the trade, all right? And anything is possible, one step, one day at a time, one moment at a time, all right? Just like this channel was built, just like, you know, everything in life is built one step, one moment at a time. And dear Lord, thank you for everyone you put on my channel. Thank you for all the blessings and all the people you put here. Thank you for all the awesome likes, all the support, all the super chats, all the love. I really, really appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart, I have no idea why I'm so blessed to have my own channel. But thank you so much for helping me start it and helping these things go the way they went. I will forever be grateful for anyone that did anything down to a grain of sand to help me get where I'm at today. Blessings on blessings, man. God bless my mom and dad for everything they did, for the mentality they gave me. My dad for making me a warrior. And my dad never gave me a dime. I knew I could never ask my dad for a penny. I think he knew giving me money would make me weak. He helped me out at certain times in my life as a son to a dad, but he did the best he could, but he never catered to me, and I could never call him up. Hey, Daddy, can I get some money? Never, man. I knew if I called my dad and asked for money, he would think something was wrong. He'd ask me why I can't make my own money. What's going on? And then I'd have to be like, So I always, because that phone call never existed, I knew how to, I worked my butt off on my own. You see what I mean? And I'm not saying, I'm sure other people had it way harder than me. I had a really good dad, right? Can I use Phantom Wallet for Andy on Blast? No, I believe you only need Rabby. I think Rabby Wallet, RABBI, is really going to be the best wallet, in my humble opinion. Rabby Wallet. I think that's going to be the one for us here. Rabby.io. Rabby's got a really nice move. You can take your seed phrase from MetaMask, put it in Rabby, and you should get your coins. You know what I mean? It would come in. But the game-changing wallet, right? For all sorts of chains. You can download it for Chrome, get it going today. It will work, I believe, for Brave Browser. But check out Rabby Wallet today. RABBY. So I thought it was RABBY, RabbyWallet.io. All right. Make sure you're going to the right place and getting the right, always check out the Twitter. Just make sure you're going to the right place. Make sure it's verified with the check. Double check this is the right one. All that fun stuff. All right. And they're integrating chains every day. Just, a lot of people that use MetaMask for years use Rabby, and they tell me Rabby's just far superior. My head of operations, who's super detailed and really into, just kind of how the digital world works and looking at basically the framework and the behavior of interfaces, he really, really likes Rabby Wallet. So who wants to start an AI drone in war company? Probably the only way to end up on it in the future. Funny. Start the company so you don't get taken out. Yeah. Money from Solana probably flows back to Ethereum and layer 2s. I think the staking tokens will do well. Unsure about meme coins coming back in the menu. Tone is a good play, but their ecosystem is very new and not a lot of meat there yet. Ethereum and betas. Yeah. LDO, Res. Yeah. RWA. Yeah. Tau, Render, Arkham, Wild. Yeah. I'm still staking my Res, my EtherFi, right? My Renzo. So Render, Arkham, Wild move together. Yeah, I like Arkham a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm heavy on Arkham. So you guys saw me build a bag of Arkham in the last 2 weeks. So I'm still working on Arkham, actually adding it. So no love. Let's see what's going on here for Bitcoin. Let's get rid of this idea now. It really, you can't really keep channeling that falling wedge. It's not happening. We had a minute where we might have got the move, but no confirmation. The 7-minute was rejected by the 200 MA. Remember that. Someone who doesn't know what the 200 MA is, they would just be like, oh, we got rejected. Maybe supportive resistance. Point of control too as well, which is great. That's why I use 2 different indicators at the same time. A lot of times you'll have what's called a coincidental moment. And to me, there's no such thing as a coincidence. That's going to teach you, oh, wow, I should pay attention to that. That's probably going to spell some movement here. All right. Interesting. Look at that higher low being put in. And I'm still sniping a possible entry. I'm not in, I'm not out. I'm hanging out. I'm looking around. I'm lurking. I'm lurking on the exchange, right? I guess now you call somewhat of a double bottom there. But you could just end up lower. Look, you see the aggressive curve in the stochastics? I look for these, like a double bottom with a nice curve up. That's usually going to give you some type of movement. Not every time. I'm not saying it is, but I wouldn't be surprised now if you get a little... Can you get some hidden bullish? It's still kind of there. It's just very small. but it's very slight. But, you know, it's trivial in the 1 minute, but I have seen that play out. Like, I'll add it as a detailed idea, but it's not like I don't put like tons of weight on it. You know what I'm saying? And you get better at that over time too. You're like, how you adjust kind of like how much the ratio of probability you put on something. You're like, I give this a little bit, I give that a little bit. And your subconscious mind kind of moves through that too if you give it enough information. And you'll start making mathematical decisions that you won't even realize are math. Like, you'll feel like it's trader instinct, but there'll really be math behind it because you fed yourself so much data over time that when you make that move, it's really a probability move. You're not just getting into a trade anymore. You're actually using compounded assessed subconscious mind theory. I know you think I'm out of my mind, but that's okay. If people don't laugh at you, your ideas aren't big enough, in my humble opinion, right? So, and if nobody's laughing at your dreams, then they're not big enough. Like, I want to make $1 billion in this world. You know how many people would look at me and be like, oh, that's so cute. He thinks he can make $1 billion and laugh at me. Even billionaires, people richer than me will think, oh. But, you know, I believe it. And if it's what I believe, it's part of my reality. And it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks. It does not matter. Think about it. If the whole world thought I couldn't start this YouTube channel, but I did, what would happen? The YouTube channel would get created, right? So if the whole world thought we couldn't be the livers, would it matter? No. It's cool when you think about it like that, right? If the whole world thought that I couldn't do this, would that have any effect on whether I could do it or not? No. Isn't that interesting? So then you fully realize you're free. There is no fear. You don't have to worry about what anybody else thinks of you. None of that matters. It never did anyway. You know, and the second you did, you were living in fear, but you didn't realize that. Society was using you and using your subconscious mind. They have hijacked you, right? For whatever purpose they want. I don't know, selling advertising, getting you to be a billboard for a product. Whatever it is, someone has used your mind. You know, I'm doing the same, but I'm hijacking your mind to learn technical analysis. Yes, I have a business. I'm saying, you know, but at least my business you'll leave for the rest of your life with knowledge that you can use for the rest of your life. You see? It's a sustainable business. It makes sense. When I meet you in the streets 10 years from now, we're going to have a good relationship. You know? It's eye to eye, right? Okay. And you can see, I'm telling you, today was going to, look, we're back at 64.9. Like, we have just been ranging, right? Ranging around. Like, if you made that long, good for you. If you made that short, good for you. But it's a sketchy day to trade, period. You can just see it, right? I like that we're holding the zone for whatever reason. 64.9 continues to get a kind of a bit of a hold there, all right? Shout out to Seek Parabolic. Arnold Schwarzenegger also said the same thing. Are you taking a look at NQ and ES today? Yeah. One day I will shake your hand, sir. Thank you. Shout out to Lion Rune, man. I love you, brother. Thank you for being here. God bless you. Let's take a look at the NQ and the S&P futures. Let's take a look at the ES1, which actually was pumping regardless of Bitcoin, right? So S&P futures, and if you watch my macro analysis, right, it said that we were going to continue to go to the upside. Maybe we'd make some type of flag first, but we didn't even do that. We just continued to pump. Pretty crazy for the S&P futures. Let's get rid of my scribblings here. But the 1 hour looked very bullish at the beginning of the week. It did break out and it made another flag and stayed sideways. Now, the moving averages are starting to get pretty far apart, and there's a bearish divergence starting to form here as the RSI and price action are somewhat misconjoined. You know what I mean? They're not going the same direction. They're not saying, hey, they're not together over here. Over here. Yeah, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. My name's Peter Griffin. Yeah, that's right. What, you didn't know I did the voice of Peter? For years. I had a contract. Used all that money to buy Bitcoin. That's what happened. Now I live in Quahog with my family with a bunch of money. That's right. Me, Chris, the dog, we all got money because I got Bitcoin. Hey, don't make, hey, I hear you laughing in the back. Stop spitting out your coffee. I'll slap that spit right. I wish I could keep it going, but I guess it's not the channel. You know what I mean? But like when I get into the zone, I get into the zone, man. Sammy Griffin over here. You ever heard of Kenny Griffin? Oh, man. Peter from Boston over here. Hey, Shammy, why don't you go buy some Satoshis and get out of Quahog. Nobody likes you. Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, Meg, Meg, we all love you. Don't worry. Doesn't matter what everybody says. Your family cares about you, Meg. So the 1 hour is kind of curving there, too. You know, to me, the 1 hour isn't even this little flag here, too, though. So you got like these two flags kind of going at the same time, right? And with the low stochastics, they could be somewhat parabolic. Usually the 4 hours overbought now, though, and you're going to be getting some type of pullback. I mean, you got some major bearish div now. I mean, that swings up. Well, that's flat. You got some bearish on the 7. I'd say, you know, unless you get a major spike up somewhere here and then a pullback, you're out of resistance. There's a chance you do start to pull back here. Let's take a look at the 8 hour away from the 21. Your daily so far from the 21, like you just went on a massive tear. And you went parabolically out this, just like I said you would. It's kind of crazy, right? Man, I said we were going to move, and we moved, right? On the macro analysis, that was spot on. I'm even like, because I'm like, yeah, that's what I said. Now, I would have to say we get a pullback, but they've been printing. They've been printing this money, which has been pushing the markets. So watch your 1 hour. There's a chance your 1 hour continues one more time. But if you see a red candle here and you break this bottom trend line and you start coming down, it looks like a short would be in order. And the short would be at least to the 4 hour 200 MA. I mean 21. So unless you can go sideways in this white line, so I would watch the S&P futures with this 21-day moving average. If you go sideways, then you get into a long again. You may get a little quick short. I'd rather wait for the next long setup than plan a short, but you do whatever makes you happy. It kind of depends. Right? Rustani sold the bottom. Yeah. You sound as though you have read the book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I may have. Let's take a look at the next super chat. Ondo. All right. But Andy on Blast is going to be big, man. I'm telling you. They're getting like $1 billion super. Something huge airdrop is coming for Andy. It's going to go to the Blast people that have been playing with the Blast game, doing the bridging, and, you know, earning on Blast. So Ondo is in this beautiful flag. If Bitcoin can get a bounce, Ondo will bounce. One of the strongest coins in the game. Playing with that 200 SMA, if you get back above that on the 4 hour, fireworks. If not, come back down and chance you double bottom or get Ondo one more time at about 103. I'd love to grab it maybe one more time. I'm pretty happy with my bag. But if I hit it big on some other coin that I want to take some profits on, Ondo would be a more long-term holding bag that I would add profits to. I see Ondo breaking out of this falling wedge bull flag, in my humble opinion, because it's in a bull flag. It's in a beautiful bull run. Look at this thing compared to the rest of the market. And I bet if I go to like the 2-day or the daily, I'm going to get some hidden bullish divergence. And you want to take this swing low to this high, and you do have an uptrend. And if you take this here, it is a downtrend. So it tells me we should break that high. And we kind of defied the shoulder, head, right shoulder there. We dropped as low as we could. We got bought back up. Previous support became resistance after bounce. And that dollar psychological support. Ondo looks beautiful on the daily. Like it's about to cook. Right? Look for that 4 hour to get above the 200 SMA for confirmation, because you never know. If we get that confirmation, I mean, Ondo looks like it's about to Rondo. Like Rondo when he played for the Celtics. It's about to get Ondo with Rondo over here. It's about to get Ondo like Rondo. All right. But that's what I see happening. Rondo's one of the hotter coins in the game. If anything can pump, it's going to be Ondo. I'm telling you, like, a lot of eyes on Ondo. A lot of people bought into it before the whole market kind of took off. Then the market took off, right? 24 days left to stake your Pepe coin. Don't sleep on Pepe and Based AI. Cena Testnet Live. Wow, man, you're hot on that. Don't airdrops make the price drop? People like to cash in. Yes, they do. But that's going to be an airdrop for the bait, for the what's called the blast token, not the Andy token. Andy token's going to be sitting there waiting for liquidity. People are going to get a bunch of free blast. It's likely a lot of that blast can go into Andy. I'm just saying, I'm not the only one with this thesis. A lot of people are. I'm riding that wave. I could be completely wrong. I'll put what I'm willing to lose and I'll go for it. Even if it didn't have that catalyst, the meme itself is doing pretty well. And I can see the meme just doing its own thing. So it's getting the airdrop catalyst, and so I like that double whammy idea. Again, that's my, I trade the charts, but I also trade speculative ideas that I put together, kind of creative investing there. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing I say and do should be taken as such. And I was never paid by the Andy team. I don't know anyone over there. I don't shill coins. I don't do stuff like that. This is something I literally put my money into, and I'm talking about because I like it. This is a reality TV show of what I do. All right, this is my right to my life and what I just discussed, what I'm doing, and I'm nice enough to let you know that that's what I did. All right. Okay, ONDO on definitely on the radar. So ONDO and Ton, I mean, 2 coins to watch. They're the stronger coins. Pretty, even Steven for me. Watch the 4 hour, right, for that confirmation. Above the 200 MA. All right. Can you check ENS, please? That thing was kind of pumping too, right? True and RCAT. RCAT holdings on the NASDAQ. Let's take a look. First thing I look at is on the weekly when I'm looking at a chart, right? Number one, this thing is down in the dumps, all right? It looks like a rug pulled altcoin, right? It really does. 2017. It still hasn't recovered from its high of February of 2021. And it's been getting just completely plastered by the 200 MA on the weekly. It's a bear market when you can't get above that, right? Weekly's starting to get low again, but each time you've done that, you haven't gotten much of a pump. 74 cents up to, I guess, that's a smaller coin. I guess you're looking for this flag to break to the upside and get back to that 200 MA. You're finally attempting to use some supportive resistance that's a little higher than before. I wouldn't touch this coin with a 10-foot pole. This thing looks like garbage, man. All right. Kind of a cup and handle. Some could say it's finally bottomed with its first higher low. You could be getting in when it's starting to break out. But look, it did that here, and then it just completely collapsed again. So, I don't have a lot of faith in this coin. I wouldn't have faith till it gets back above 182 or whatever the 200 MA tends to be there on that weekly. Look at your daily time frame, and you came back and you're retesting, right? And you hit a major resistance too at about 118. I don't know. It's struggling for me. It's pretty sketch, right? Tight moving averages gave you a catalyst. I mean, you did just bounce from 83 up to 118. I mean, don't be I don't know, man. Look at the long-term idea behind this coin. And then you hit a major resistance at 118 because people were probably down in the dumps for so long. So many people took profits. Now the daily is getting a little overbought and it's coming back down. So you'd have to flag this out. It would have to stay in some type of wedge flag and never break that low. If it does that, there's a chance it does continue because it will make a higher low and move out. I wouldn't be touching this thing though. All right. I know the stock market's closed, brother. Thank you for saying that. Appreciate it. He just wanted me to go over the coin or the ticker. I've told you guys that the stock market's closed the entire time. Don't make me look like a fool, man. You know what I mean? You know that. I know that. Anyway, whatever. I shouldn't even pay attention to it, but True USDT. True is hot. It was hotter than hot sauce. Went from 11 cents all the way back to 22. Had a bearish div up there. A really strong one on the RSI. Collapsed back to the downside. This thing was on a massive move. Went from 5 cents all the way up to 18, came back down to 9, and then pumped back to 24 again. Massive move for True, right? TrueFi. I would pull a Fibonacci really from, I guess, this impulse here. 618 golden pocket and the 786. So I'd look for the daily to revisit that 200 MA and get the bounce. And the area I'd be looking for TrueFi would be about 10 cents. All right. Liver, did you go over top Bitcoin you said you would on the stream? I was having lunch, so I might have missed it. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Shout out to CoinStats, man. Go to the link below and use the CoinStats link to get a discount. If you want to look at your portfolio on your phone or computer, most people use it on their phone. They absolutely love it. 300 plus wallets, 1,000 DeFi protocols, and 2,000 cryptocurrencies. Really, really awesome. I get a small commission. I just think it's cool. Even if I didn't get a commission, it's just cool that I did. Some things I like, and I'm like, hey, reach out to them, see if I can get a commission. I like that thing. And this is one of them. So I really like CoinStats. Nowhere else where I could see all my things in one place. I could do that all with CoinStats. So I really liked it. It was awesome. CoinStats really was the place to be. All right. KRC 20 gang. Bang, bang. Right? Can you take a look at Vitho for me? And everyone, what's the next hot KRC 20? Did anyone buy their KRC 20 coins yet? Where can we see them on a chart? Let's make this the last 12 minutes of the show. I want to dedicate to Casper and KRC 20. And I want to make it the KRC 20 corner. All right? I really do. Shout out to the people. $173 in chat revenue. Unbelievable. You people are the nicest people in the world. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Why are you guys acting like stocks are open because I went over a stock? I don't get it, man. Jennifer, man. I love y'all. I love y'all. All right. How much Bitcoin could a DGen hold if a DGen could hold Bitcoin? You're funny, right? A DGen wouldn't hold Bitcoin because to a DGen, Bitcoin doesn't give enough returns. All right. What are your thoughts about Hobby? I mean, it seemed like it had locked liquidity. It was a decent project and it had a pretty big pump. If I got into Hobby, I'd probably take my initial and see how much longer it can go. Right? Oh, wow. Did it really get... No, sorry. Hoppy. You know, it's actually holding pretty nicely. Look at the long, you got to look at it in the long term. Like delete the older work if you have or not. Look at it on like the 4 hour or the daily. You can see, I mean, it's in a beautiful uptrend. You got in it on the lows. I mean, you're up nicely. It's a very small market cap. It still has room to grow, but it also, is it ever going to get, the huge movement? I see it inside this symmetrical triangle, which could go 50-50. I personally wouldn't buy any of this coin and I'd stay high clear of it. But if I was already in it, I'd probably take my profits and see where it could go. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. You got to do whatever makes you happy. It could continue to pump here. It's oversold in the 4 hour and it's getting tight inside a symmetrical triangle. So there's a chance there's about, And let's go to, I believe, Tap Tools, which is the place where I want to check out Nike, which would be, it would have to be the pig, right? And wow, Nike did rip. And Nike just came out. Might be something worth buying on the, after a little bit of a dip. Nike is Charles Hawkinson's pig. Okay. So that's the story, right? You now know what's going on. Nike's in a nice little flag here, actually. So you got to go get yourself a NAMI wallet. Right? What's your people's favorite Cardano wallet out there? And man, this is reviving Cardano a little bit here. Right? You got price notes and price labels. I mean, that's making a little bit of a bull flag that could possibly continue to pump. And you'd be getting in early enough. I think this is worth jumping in on. And I'm usually not a meme guy, but I like Charles and I'm clean and I'm into Cardano. And I would hold this for 6 to 7 months. SNEK took its time. Where is SNEK now? Right? SNEK, oh wow. I almost feel like people sold SNEK, but SNEK at its height was at 002. Really, it lost that many zeros? Hold on. No. Yeah, it just lost to 0. That was a 1, yeah. It just lost to 0, right? So it went from like 9. So it basically almost tripled from where it's at. So at the height, it was about a $210 million market cap, right? So I'm just saying, if Nike can get there, I mean, that's going to be that's going to be a 40x, okay? From where, we could be getting to Nike like right around here right now. That's where this was, right? $4 million market cap. Even right now, you'd still be up almost a 20x. You get it? At an $80 million market cap. Interesting. So again, you do whatever makes you happy, but it looks like I'm going to be jumping in and aping into Nike. If I don't get it in the next half an hour to an hour, I may miss the pump out that flag too. And again, I don't want you to FOMO. You do whatever you want. Right? You buy it. He goes, where can we buy it? Right here. I'm in front of you. I love you guys. I love you guys. Right here, man. At taptools.io. You can hit the swap button right here, connect your wallet, and swap away for Nike and Cardano. It'll be a fast, seamless approach. All right. New amazing website. Yep. And shout out to everybody here. If you want to jump on in and trade where we trade, go to mexi.com. Link right here in the pinned comment. All right. Bang, bang, bang. You can also join my trading group and find out all the tips, tricks, and ideas. I made a trade yesterday that you would have hit. I'm always posting something. Some days I might not even put up. Most days I'm putting out a setup, but say the market's flat and nothing's happening. You're still going to learn something. I'm going to put out something to observe, something to watch. We're going to have something like maybe the 3-day chart. I'm going to put out a long-term trade that we're watching, a key level to look for, a new coin that I just found out about. Every single week on Thursday nights, we go over my weekly screen share. We deep dive all the new things that may or may not be coming into the market. We talk about some fun stuff. All right. And we also have Blowfin. If you want to jump into Blowfin, link to Blowfin. It's, just a nice, good backup exchange and another exchange coming up. That's going to have more spot, and they had gummy and some other cool stuff. So check out Blowfin. They're making the rounds. They're getting bigger. Blowfin. All right. Check them out. Wow, 64,800 Bitcoin getting no love out that flag and starting to collapse out the bottom of the flag, right? Back to 64. Look, it bounced again right there off 64,750. And look, now, I mean, that's a head and shoulder pattern, is it not? I mean, it's pretty obvious to me. You have a shoulder, you have a bit of a head, you have a right shoulder. Looks like it's going to come further to the downside for Bitcoin. All right, my level I'm watching is 64,380 for BTC. See if we have levels. Link to Bookmap in the description if you want to get into Bookmap at 64,000. And shout out to our last and final channel sponsor, Decrypted.tax. We appreciate you. If you want to get your taxes done, go to Decrypted.tax today. You can see we've had the logo the entire time here. And so if you're curious, you want to know more, that's a tax attorney that I personally work with. Jump on in today. They use cutting edge software to find out what's happening, break it down, connect everything, and really just like get your taxes done the right way at Decrypted.tax. All right. So I'm back to the bearishness. 7-minute rejected the 200 MA. 1 minute rejected the 200 MA. Right when the 1 minute lost the 200 MA, short. Look, that was a nasty short down. Boom. Rejections and crossovers tend to pay. And it is a choppy day of the market. We've been range bound, but slow bleed range bound for Bitcoin, right? Have you heard about Bird Dog on Solana? Yeah. Memes add market cap to the total. 3 need market cap to make a meme. People can't just create a coin for free. Let's short it. Yes, Bitcoin Ethereum dominance has been strong. Oh man, I missed the meme, so I hate them. LML. Why don't you short it? I just usually don't short the days when the market is closed. You see? So it just goes against my rules. So if I was going to trade, it was only going to trade like a perfect setup, and my perfect setups are mostly long. So that's all. And I don't got to do anything that you asked me to do. All right. I'm nice about it. I should be nice, right? But you know what I mean, man. Why don't you short it, right? It costs $1,000K to make a meme/project. 1,000 Caspa. That's a lot. All right. I mean, that's not too much, really, right? Because if it was $1, it would be $1,000, and that's like $200. That's called discipline. Keep that mindset. Amen. Yeah. The markets are closed today. It's Juneteenth. I don't know why this guy said it's Wednesday. I don't think he realizes what's going on. But anyway, whatever. It's all good. Yep. Don't trade on emotions. Patience will pay off. Yeah. Wait for the right setup at the right time. And take your setup. Take your setup. Make your move. Don't let anybody force you into your move. Right? So. Okay, me too nasty. Shout out to Jeff G in the house. Shout out to everybody here in the live. We love you. Shout out to Michael Colea. Shout out to Seekick Alexander. Shout out to Lee Fox. I see a lot of new names. There aren't two pillows. I always have to sleep with two pillows too. Have you heard about Bird Dog on Solana? Yes, I have. Yeah. And look, every time we go down, we just get a pump right back up. They're just playing with 100x leverage people too. Wink, wunk, 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 right? That's a bit of a double bottom. Again, if we break the 200 SMA on the 7 minute, then I possibly will long. I'll wait for that confirmation. All right. And we might just only get up to 65.8. It may not even be the biggest move ever. All right. You're the boss. Shout out to Global Freak Trader. I love you, man. That's funny. I do heating and cooling. Got you on tablet in my work truck. I just hopped out to do service call and came back. And you're still preaching that knowledge. Amen. TV edits. I doubt he's looking at what time he speaks at specific coins. That'd be difficult. Yeah. Right. European markets probably open. Don't know if it was already discussed before. Sorry if I did, but what are your expectations of the merger between Fed AJAX and Ocean? I don't really know. Honestly, I just hope if I hold long term, I get paid, but I'm a little pissed about it. I don't get pissed about anything, but it is what it is. Yeah, how long did it take you to receive your physical? 4 weeks. Ponky on Solana looks cool. Yeah, Ponky's been hot. It's a good project. Seems to pump. My favorite trading quote, only when the tide goes out do we see who's been swimming naked. Amen. Amen. Bro, best time to trade first in second week of the month. Amen. Never leave early, 99. It's a disappointing situation. That's for sure. Weird merger. Yeah, it's definitely strange. It threw off a lot of my AGX plans, and it doesn't make sense because I did all this tokenomics and stuff when I got into those coins, and I didn't do tokenomics on a giant ASI. You know what I mean? It kind of like it took away my trading advantage, and it was one of my hot picks. So whatever, it is what it is. Yeah. All right, everybody, I'm going to jump on out for the day. It's 12:01. We did it again. Bang, bang, bang. My trading group knows what coins I added. We're going to go over them tomorrow on the weekly screen share, and we're going to have some fun. All right. Casttools.com. Okay. Did they come out yet? Are we still waiting for them to come out? There's only 337 tokens. Total transactions. Yeah. I'm about to go off though. So here we go, everybody. 64,950 for Bitcoin. Could we get all the way to about 66,005? I don't know. It looks unlikely. All right. You can add, my name is Mr. BTC Maker on Discord. Can I send you a picture on Discord? No, I get it, brother. I get it. If you see it, I see it. Don't worry, man. Miami passport place is crazy. I bet. The fact that you're in Miami right now gives me the shudders. I like to be nice here in Sarasota in farm country, relaxed out in the middle of nowhere, baby. I'm done with my city days, man. I'm done. I'll come to the city. I'll have some events. I'll have a time. But I did 20 years in New York City. I'm good. I was around people every second of the day. I met thousands of people. Sometimes I met like 10 to 20 new people almost every day. I go out, here's someone new. You meet people all the time. Just always, oh, yeah. It's amazing. And I love meeting new people, don't get me wrong. But after 20 years of living in New York City, and I love the city, great place, so many good times. Just thinking of like all the nice afternoons I had, and man, and there's beautiful parts of it. Greenwich Village is beautiful, little side streets with brick buildings and little trees, and the birds are chirping, and it's quiet. And you'd be surprised how many quiet streets there are in New York City. Many days I'm on a street where you could almost hear, cars are around in a way, but there's this city peace. And there's parts of New York City. And man, I went to the mayor's house and walked my dog. I lived in the Upper East Side. I went all the way down to, Battery Park because my ex-girlfriend worked there at one point. My good friend, bought his first really big apartment off Battery Park. And it was just, I traveled that city, man. I spent times, I had a friend, I lived in the projects on and off in the summer and on 138th and Grand Concourse. I ended up spending a lot of time down in Brooklyn and getting to know Brooklyn pretty well. My sister now lives in Red Hook, you know what I mean? I got family, my other sister lives in Queens. My two sisters still live in New York City to this day, They kind of follow me. I lived there, and then they both came and lived with me. We all lived together after, being apart for so long. We all came back and lived together again. It's pretty awesome. Until I got married, and then I moved out with my wife, and that's kind of my story, man. Wow, we're getting a nice pump and reversal double bottom. Look at that beautiful double bottom. And that is the measured move of the double bottom. That was nice. You see? Now, if this cracks the 200, that's going to be the confirmation. And we're back at it again on the range. It's pretty funny what they keep doing all day, right? I got a lot of love from people in NYC. It was a great feeling. I agree. It's absolutely insane. Makes me appreciate Sarasota that much more. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I stayed in Brooklyn on Marcus Garvey. Amen. Amen. My buddy lived on Quincy Street. He still lives there. You can add me, my name. Yep, I get it. I stayed in Brooklyn on Mark. Yeah. Everybody, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. Don't worry. We are going to get through these ups and down times. As fun as it is when it's up, we got to get through the down times too as well. People don't like the pain, but without the pullback, there is no push forward. It is what it is. That's how life, that's what works, man. So 2 wicks outside the lower Bollinger Bands. Need to trade that more often. I like that idea. I'm with you. That coincides with some of my range bound ideas too. Someone says staying away could have easily lost a few trades. Yeah, it was a very sketchy day. You could see why I was very wary of the market. But we had fun. We got through the tickers. We had a blast. You guys channeled the energy. $173 in chat revenue. Awesome. Like so many people to talk to. You guys are always coming through. The chats in the comment were unbelievable. So, and remember, it's Juneteenth. A lot of people are off from work today too, so they don't tune in. They're out with their family, and people are doing their thing. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. I had a really good time with each and every one of you today. It just felt really genuine, really good, really organic. Stay blessed. Remember, if you made a mistake in the last week, even I made a mistake in yesterday even, and I may pay for it. You never know. But whatever you do in your life, right? You got to own up to it. Ask for forgiveness, clean it up the best you can, and then just not do it again and go from there. So, don't beat yourself up from past mistakes, everybody. Today's the next day to change your life. Dust yourself off. It's okay. You have today now. All right. I love you all. Stay blessed. Stay amazing. I'll see you tomorrow on another beautiful live stream. This life is amazing if you make it amazing. So go ahead and make your life amazing today. Stay blessed.